Welcome back to Philly Sports Unfiltered. Guys, in today's video, we are dissecting Sixers Summer League, and we are talking about the standouts and the flameouts. Standouts are players that played well, blew out our expectations, who we think are going to make their mark on the Sixers roster this year. Flameouts are people we had high expectations leading into Summer League, and they just sort of didn't meet those expectations. So I'm going to give you my 5 key takeaways from this year's Summer League. And I have 2 standouts, I have 2 flameouts, and I have 1 player I just want to keep my eye on. Let's jump straight into the standouts. So first standout for me, the guy that just really jumped off the screen at the very beginning of Sixers Summer League, that was Paul Reed. Paul Reed looked like a man amongst boys. He looked like he did not belong on the court there because he was just too much of a man. He was just too good. He was that same energetic, high-flying Paul Reed that we grew to love at the end of last season. But on top of that, he was also a much improved rebounder. We saw him hitting those offensive boards really hard. He was really mixing it up on the defensive end. He averaged 2.5 steals a game, playing just 30 minutes. And it looked like he tinkered with his shot a little bit. He looked a little bit more comfortable with his jumper. He went 2 of 5 from 3, and if Paul Reed can add that aspect to his game and become a little bit better of a three-point shooter and learn how to stretch the floor and just sort of get some of that energy under control and just play a smarter brand of basketball without fouling as much, Paul Reed is going to be a great player for the Sixers in this upcoming season. I'm super high on him. I love the work that he's putting into his game. I love the work that he's putting into his body. And he was a serious bright spot in that Summer League. And I think we can have some high hopes for Paul Reed in this coming season. Now, the next standout, and I was really happy to see this one. This was Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe is another dude. He just looked like he didn't belong out there. He looked like a man amongst boys. He had his shot going. He shot 52% from 3, 20 of 38. He showed off a little bit more of his playmaking. He was mixing it up on the defensive end. He got 2.6 steals per game. And just overall, he looks confident. Like, one thing we knew when we drafted Isaiah Joe, we knew that he had a beautiful release. We knew that he had a pure stroke. We knew that he had the capacity to be an absolute flamethrower in the NBA, to be, a 3-and-D specialist if he could put it together. Up until now, it just hasn't worked out, but I think this is a sign to come. He was showing a lot of leadership in Summer League, and he just felt like he was really comfortable out there. Now, if Doc Rivers gives this man some time on the court, if he gives him some run, I really think that he's going to have a breakout season. And I think that he's going to be a player that's going to excite us about his future with the Sixers. Please, Doc Rivers, play this man, give him a chance to find his comfort zone and be one of those elite three-point shooters that we really, really are dying for with this Sixers roster. Now, we're going to get to the flameouts. These are the players that just disappointed me this Summer League. So let's jump into that. First one is Jaden Springer. Now, I'm going to say this off the bat, because some people get a little sensitive with Jaden Springer because he was a first-round pick. The kid's 19. He's still young. He still has plenty of time to develop. I like where he is at physically with his body. You see some good things on the defensive end. I like how he can take the ball to the hole, absorb contact, and get himself to the line. All those things are good. He looked unconfident out there in a lot of times. His shot did not look good. And just overall, I don't feel like he has a sense that he really belongs yet. He doesn't feel like he belongs on the court so far. I'm going to give it a little time. I'm not going to cast judgment, but right now, to my eye, he just does not look like an NBA player. I'm really disappointed. I expected to see a bigger jump from Jaden Springer for this coming season. I was hoping that he was going to be able to crack the roster and get some time, but I just don't see how you can justify giving him any serious amount of time on the Sixers roster this year. He doesn't really have an elite skill, and he just is too incompetent on the offensive end. I just need to see a lot more. Again, he has time, but I was just overall disappointed. My second flameout from this year's Summer League, it was Charles Bassey. Charles Bassey is another player that I'm very high on. Love, the body, love the defensive capabilities, love his ability to rebound. I was excited about some of the things that he's been working on the offensive end of the court, but he just looks really raw still. Again, he's 21 years old. He looked terrible on offense, in all honesty. Gotten a lot of foul trouble, was turning the ball over a lot, had some moments where he looked okay, he looked solid, but again, he's just another guy. He just didn't look like an NBA player yet. Maybe with another year of development, he's going to be there, but right now, backup center, without a doubt, I am rolling with Paul Reed. No question for me. Got to see more from Charles Bassey. Now, those are my standouts and flameouts. Now, I want to get to one more player I want to keep an eye on, and that's going to be Trevelin Queen. So, Trevelin Queen, we know, was the G League MVP. He's a little bit different from a lot of the other guards we have. He's a lot bigger body. He's 6'6". He was a really mixed bag, to say the least, from this summer league. I mean, sometimes his shot just looked like trash. He was very inefficient. He was shooting very poorly. Only shot 25% from the outside, which is something that we've seen commonly from him so far up until this point in his career. But what we did see is he had moments where he looked dynamic, where he looked really physically imposing, where he could create his own shots. And there were some moments where you're like, okay, if I could get this more consistently, if he could work out his jump shot, we might have something here with him. So this is a dude who I know works really hard, who I know really cares about basketball. And for me, I think it's the jump shot. If he can get that jump shot together where he's more of a threat from a pure jump shooting perspective, where he can lace that three at a little bit of a higher clip, at least at NBA average, kick that up about 10%. I think his game will really come together. There's a lot here to like. There's a lot that makes you want to hit the pause button because the consistency's not there. But maybe this guy cracks the roster on a two-way contract. Let's see what happens. I want to see more. I want to keep my eye out on Trevelin Queen. Now, I want to kick the conversation to you guys. Who are your Summer League standouts? Is there anybody that really jumped off the page to you? Let me know those names in the comment section below. And who are your flameouts? Is there anybody that you were really excited about heading into this Summer League and they just didn't quite do it for you? Let me know in the comment section below. And guys, as always, if you find that you're enjoying the videos, please consider subscribing, hitting that thumbs up button. That's all I got for this one, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Until then, go Sixers.